Ladies and gentlemen, help me welcome contestant number 4. Noel Field. There are many different philosophies on leadership. What are the most important things an effective leader does, and why do you feel those things are so important? There are many different philosophies on leadership. What are the most important things an effective leader does, and why do you feel those things are so important? Noel Field.
Mr. Toastmaster, fellow Toastmasters, to be a leader and lead other leaders, you have to know the basics. First, you've got to be friendly. You have to let everybody know that you're in their space. If you lead and want them to follow you, have something worth following. Have a goal in mind. Toastmasters is great for having goals. We all have our wonderful desires to be better people, but to help others be better is even, I think, the goal we should all have. Help others become better people by leading them there, showing them how to do it. How many people here have had a leader like that? I think more than one. How many here would love a leader like that? I mean, we do need to be a strong person in order to lead. We have good examples of this in our whole district. There are so many people that are leading even though they don't have the title. They lead by showing up to those meetings, by giving the speeches, by having those great pickle topics that I hate. Every one of you here can do it. So I say, stand up, be a man, be a woman, be whatever you have to be. But be a leader.
Ladies and gentlemen, help me welcome contestant number 5. Carol, Walter. There are many different philosophies on leadership. What are the most important things an effective leader does, and why do you feel those things are so important? There are many different philosophies on leadership. What are the most important things an effective leader does, and why do you feel those things are so important? Carol Walters.
Master Toastmaster, fellow Toastmasters, honored guests. Many of us have different leaders in our lives. I was blessed. My life started first with one individual who may not have been considered a leader, but she meant the world to me, and that was my mom. She nurtured me, she loved me, she didn't shame me when I spoke inappropriately, which I did very often because, you see, I did not join Toastmasters because of my fear of speaking. I needed to develop my listening skills. Yeah, I thought I could give a better sermon that first Easter Sunday than the minister. My mom tried to quiet me, but she did not bring me to church again. So I got leadership in church. I got leadership and love always from my mom. Those leaders who are most important in our lives are the ones who do so quietly. Not the big, harsh, pushy leaders, the ones that are, you gotta do it my way. No, the real leaders in our lives are the ones who lead by their examples all the way through, helping us when we need to, lifting us up when we're struggling, always being there for us like my mom. She loved me dearly, and she may have been partly responsible for me joining Toastmasters to get a little more leadership. And today, I love my mom, I remember her, and she encourages me. And no matter where you are in your life, no, even in the bad times, our lives are very purposeful if you just watch and pay attention. Everything happens for a reason. Someday you'll discover that. And hopefully you can be a positive leader for others. You've already started as Toastmasters. Thank you so much.
Ladies and gentlemen, help me welcome contestant number 6. There's a rule here where you cannot wear the name tags on stage. And I know, rules. Thank you very much. Thank you for your patience. Kingston Fletcher. There are many different philosophies on leadership. What are the most important things an effective leader does, and why do you feel those things are so important? There are many different philosophies on leadership. What are the most important things an effective leader does, and why do you feel those things are so important? Kingston Fletcher.
The most effective thing you can do as a leader is to motivate people. You start at the bottom of an organization and you move up. And you rely on your individual expertise in those early years. But after 5, 10, 15 years, the company I worked for was 20 years. They said it took 20 years and good material to make a vice president. But once you reach that higher level, you have to perform through other people. You can't do it yourself. And one of the major mistakes that's made by senior executives is to try to mini-manage. They think they're back at the lower level where they were very successful. But they've reached that higher top. And at that point, they've got to let go. And at the same time, they have to find a style which will permeate their organization and make those people perform. Now, I've seen cases where individuals are very bright and very capable, and others where they're just average, so-so. But if you can get a good leader, and he can motivate those people to think for themselves and feel that they are taking responsibility for their results, you can raise them up so that they will be equal to or better than those who are lucky enough to be inherently a little bit more able in an individual basis than others. That's the key, I think, to success. Whether it's government, whether it's individual effort in a small company, whether it's a large organization, whether it's the medical profession, you name it. Teaching people how to think for themselves and take responsibility for their individual actions is paramount. Thank you very much, Mr. President.